Then Rashford scored like a minute or two later, and it was 3-0, games put to bed. Chelsea put their heads down, and I remember thinking, like, this is it. Do you know what? First game of the season, you have to batter on Chelsea. Dan James comes off the bench, Pogba sets him up, then he scores. I was like, this fella we're at the signing from the Championship, he's scoring, Pogba's on fire, we're winning this. And then we were having a look at Maguire. So the defence was a shambles the season before. We had a look at Maguire, and I remember saying it to me mate, I'm like, is it me, or is it just like Maguire is winning everything? And I even got to the stage where Chelsea were putting the ball in, and as he kicked the ball, I'd be like, Maguire header, watch. And Maguire cleared it with a header. I remember thinking, like, this fella, 80 million is a lot, but like, if he shows up your defence, it's money well spent. And then it was off the back of him having a great 2018 World Cup. He was unbelievable for England. And of course then lockdown kicked in, and he failed to deliver pretty much. Like, he went on then to have a great Euros for England. I don't know what it is. Every time he puts an England jersey on, he's unbelievable. But playing for United then, obviously his confidence took a knock, his form took a knock, and it all just kind of amalgamated into this. And he became like a meme of himself, basically.
So that day there was mad excitement about the fact that he was named in the team.
Yeah.
That was a surge of energy from the Man United fans, which is interesting because, like, he obviously wanted it to work and he had a good environment to come into.
Yeah, and it was he had a great game that day. Like, he won everything. He done everything he had to do, everything he asked for, and he was commanding. You could look at him talking. You could see what he was doing with the back line. He was communicating with the hay and everything. And I was like, this fella actually knows what he's doing. He is a good centre back. But I suppose the 80 million price tag, once the shit starts to hit the fan, the 80 million gets thrown around a lot. Like, if we had signed him for 20 million, though, I don't think there'll be much questions asked. So then, obviously, when his form takes a dip and he gets made captain as well, all these question marks start rising, and you're thinking to yourself, what's going on here? But I don't think he really helps himself neither. So you seen his little uptick in form there a couple of weeks ago. He was man of the match against Sheffield United, and he scored against Copenhagen, and he's posting all like what the fans are chanting about him on his story, is it to say like, I'm back. And I'm like, go easy for a minute. Like, you've City coming up, and we're still not, we're like by no short thing out of this Champions League group. And I don't think he helps himself. And I remember he done the interview when he was asked about becoming captain, and he was like, well, you don't become captain by accident and all. I'm obviously a good player. And you're like, there's ways of talking about becoming captain. You know, say it's an honour and you move on with it. Don't be like, oh, I deserve this, I'm one of the best out there. You're just bringing the spotlight onto yourself. And he's so, everything he does is under a microscope because of 80 million, because he was United captain, because he was stripped of the captaincy then. And you're just like, oh, I don't know. The media don't know what way they're going to take him as a day by day basis. Like, some days he's great, some days they pity him, some days he's running riot and he's back in the team, or he deserves to be in the team, and then the next day he's like, oh, why still got him in the team? He's the reason for the downfall. So for what we started off pessimistic, optimism shot through the roof, and then I think we're below where we started off now.